Ask any history student about the defining conflict of the 19th century, and they'll point to the American Civil War. They'll talk about Gettysburg, Abraham Lincoln, and the 600,000 lives lost. It's a tragedy that defined a nation. But while America was fighting itself, another civil war was happening on the other side of the planet. It lasted longer, involved more people, and resulted in a death toll so high it makes the American Civil War look like a minor border skirmish. We're talking about 20 to 70 million people. That is the entire population of the United Kingdom, erased. And it all started because one man failed a school test and decided he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ. Meet Hong Xiuquan. In 1837, Hong was just another stressed-out student in the Qing dynasty, desperate to pass the imperial examinations. These tests were the only way to get a good job, and Hong, well, he failed. 4 times. After his final failure, Hong had a nervous breakdown. He fell into a fever for 40 days and had a series of vivid visions. He claimed he met a man with a golden beard who gave him a sword, and a middle-aged man who he identified as his elder brother. When Hong read a Christian pamphlet given to him by a missionary years earlier, it all clicked. The golden-bearded man was God, the elder brother was Jesus, and Hong? He was the heavenly king sent to cleanse China of the demons. Most people would have ignored him. But China in the 1840s was a powder keg. The empire was crumbling under foreign opium, famine, and corruption. People were desperate for a savior. Hong started the God-worshipping society. At first, they just smashed idol statues in villages, but within a few years, he had a following of thousands. They weren't just a cult, they were an army. They preached a radical form of equality: no private property, equal rights for women, and the total ban of opium and tobacco. By 1851, Hong declared the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. This wasn't a small rebellion anymore. It was a total war for the soul of China. The Taiping army was terrifyingly efficient. They marched through the heart of China, capturing the ancient capital of Nanjing in 1853. At its height, the rebellion controlled the territory home to over 30 million people. This wasn't a gentleman's war, it was total war. Both sides practiced scorched earth tactics. If a city didn't surrender, it was leveled. Famine and disease followed the armies like shadows. It got so big that even the Western powers, Britain and France, eventually stepped in to help the Qing dynasty. They realized that Hong's version of Christianity was a bit too revolutionary for their trade interests. By the time the rebellion was finally crushed in 1864, Hong Xiuquan was dead, and China was a graveyard. The estimates are staggering. 20 million is the conservative number. Some historians put it as high as 70 million. To put that in perspective, that's more than the casualties of World War I. All of this, triggered by one man's vision and a collapsing social order. So, why don't we teach this in school? Maybe it's because it doesn't fit the neat narrative of Western history, or maybe the scale of the tragedy is just too massive to comprehend. But one thing is certain: Hong Xiuquan's vision changed the world forever, leaving a scar on China that can still be felt today. Thanks for watching.